celebrate him for declaring an Akan presidential candidate will be detrimental to the party for the 2024 elections.
Is it wise for me now, immediately after two Akans?
The part, but I'm totally disappointed with a majority leader.
We've seen the Dankwa, we've tasted the...
This is
Parliamentary Affairs and Majority Leader Evans Mensah is firmly in the eye of an MPP storm, declaring that an Akan presidential candidate will be detrimental to the party for the 2024 elections. In fact, so Mr. Mensah Bongsu's comment has been seen as an open endorsement of the Vice President. We will hear the reaction candidate following from what they've already had in two Akans in John Kufuor and another
A publication that involved myself recently, that Ben Epstein had said that it looks like Baumia running mate, and he mentioned me and Dr. Matthew Puku. And in my response, I think it was one of your, they are too early days.
Are you not interested?
See, I responded, what
I
I
am
said.
not asking about Vice President, I'm asking at least.
Interested
in the big job.
In the big job. Oh, look.
But you're qualified.
2008, right? And I thought that if they qualified as such a right? See, in politics, and to the extent that they're able to connect with the grassroots, right? People who have the relevant competences to assist in governance. But is it wise for me now, immediately after two Akans, Kufuor has been the president, it may not bode well for a party that is accused by some as an overduty of democracy.
Then you would support Baumia then?
No, I'm saying not everybody agrees with me.
I asked a question. You would support the Vice President Baumia if about the future?
Yes. In future, when I have to stick my neck out, I repositioning the party, right, to retain power.
So there you have it. That is Soseche Mensah. He is another can for a presidential candidate, and that is why he doesn't see himself as a one to lead from leading figures in the party, the rank and file of the party as well. I want to start with reacting to this very pronouncement we just heard from Chairman Sabunsu. He blames him for a lot of the
Institutional. So no. Now, me normally come in Monko Fodi, but I'm totally disappointed with a majority leader. One walk off aside the day about party. No, and walk off aside the day. Modema enquada anibi, bread full for being yet. Not penny for no young na enquada mua catch the say young kayanuntu. How is that going to be possible? How is
himself? In the past, that attempted to lead the party as a presidential candidate, and by the way, he's still on the can himself, and very strong language there, and he doesn't sue by name and lays the blame squarely at his feet for the disturbance in the party. He blames the majority leader, the disturbance he talks of. He says if it all should happen, such internal party disturbance, emphasis is on the party has a constitution that doesn't respect his view on the matter. Now, in the Vice President's own home region of his pronouncement, because as I've said earlier, among the field of presidential hopefuls, the Vice President is the only exception. He comes from... It's time to reward the Vice President for his immense role in securing the northern votes for the party.
I particularly that we are an Akan party. And in 2012, the former president, His Excellency Joe Mahama, categorically said that MPP, Bowman, if he doesn't contest at all, that would be a different thing. But if he does contest and doesn't win, I can assure you that MPP will suffer greatly in the
initial position in the party on the party's ticket. There'll be NPP Mr. Obri Boahing, who joins us on being touted as a possibly the next substantive general secretary of the MPP himself, who of course also the chief editor of the Daily, joins us on the telephone right now. To use his words, it will not bode well for the party if you go for another can to lead you into the 2024 analysis. That it will not bode well. His Chairman Sabungsu's analysis that it will not bode well for your party if you go for another can for 20.
The majority leader's comment within the context that he made that statement position, his personal view. Speaking for myself, I know Bribohin as an individual who is capable, competent, and has the wherewithal to lead us to greater chance. Irrespective of the leaders' opulence in society, irrespective of, we need to select someone who is knowledgeable, capable, competent, hard work to the position being churned out by Honorable Osei Mensah. But however, I also am trying to vilify him because I think that is his personal position. I don't see how people should be running him down. I mean, perhaps you look at the context within which he made that statement. Perhaps it's entitled to use. But I believe that the MPP...
Right. But this is also, also being politically astute about and reading the atmosphere. You're saying that that the party then elects another can. What would that say? Aren't you playing to the hands of your opponents who say we?
He went for the Congress. 96 nominations. 2007, we went for the Congress. 2012, we went for the Congress. So even the aspirants, ethnic background, the change of degrees, the competence, the capability, the knowledgeability, the wherewithal, the ability.
That if what you're saying pans out, as in you go to the delegates conference and, in the north, what do you say to that?
I am not interested in joining this kind of debate. I am interested in, with due respect, we are going to...
But to do that, you need people in the northern parts of the country who definitely will see...
Certainly, you need people a couple of weeks back. It was in Kumasi, I saw posters. Nana Obriboahin, General Secretary, 2022, in Kumasi. But I did find the posters in Ashanti region. Nana Obriboahin, General Secretary, 2022. So permit me to take this opportunity to educate all and sundry. Now look, the politics as far as the UGCC, the Consular Association Party, the UNC, the PFP, the Progress Party, the New Patriotic Party, you cannot ask of sadness. You cannot rule the contributions of the gas, the others. I mean, it's a broad-based political party. It's a broad-based political. I am for all out that we will break the chance. I'm not going to deliver that. I'm not going to do that.
Let me bring in Ben Efson, who joins me now on the line. Mr. Efson, we'll go to Northeast. The party activist, card-bearing member, said to us, and we'll hear from our reporter short. That struck me. He says, it is a time for the Dombos. And the Dombos are... Hello, Mr. Efson. I think we've lost him on the line. I still... thankfully still have with me Mr. Danobri Boahing. And so let me put that question to him. Race. And then there is also the party national executive race. And we've seen your face on posters. That says that...
Events and intention. Have events and intention. And in the fullness of time, when the ban is lifted, and when the ban is lifted, I would contest for the position of the General Secretary of the New Patriotic Party.
Yeah, I mean, what makes you think...
The first time in the history of our tradition, the first time in the history of our tradition, General Secretary of the New Patriotic Party. And certainly I will contest for that position when the ban is lifted.
Yeah, you're going to come up against that.
Yes.
I mean, clearly that's some say that's you're no match for him.
At the appropriate time.
to us that he will be running for the party's substantive general secretary's position. I mean, I was putting a question to you, and I was taking it from a quote that I had from a party activist in Dr. Bawumia's home region. Here.
Even they are. You see, the RPP is like somebody climbing. Either way, you may have to die, but you have to minimize, look at the risk, take one that might give you a way to escape. That the MPP has also been accused of an Akan party, which have come up. The only non-Akan is the Vice President, Dr. Bawumia, insinuating that maybe it's time for them to take a non-Akan, that is maybe Bawumia, and we had Opoku Prempe Napo.
Yeah, and he got an opportunity to at least refute that in this interview with MFR Pao, but he will not dismiss it. So is that a suggestion there that these comments is made about, not boding well for the party if they go for an
tomorrow, which indicates that it's a general principle. Yes, it's a general, and from Ashanti. You see, the problem has been that the MPP has been seen at Dankwa saying that a non-Akan, obviously the running mate will have to come from Ashanti to appease them, because the two of them, the North has the seats, and the Ashanti.
It will not bode well for the party.
Well, if the MPP settles for another Akan, there is them and dumps them, and for example, the late Ali Mahama, may he rest in peace, got less than 7%. I think that they only use them for votes and so on. And judging from 2020, the Northern regions gave the MPP quite a fair outside the Ashanti region. The Ashanti region say, look, we are not on the ticket. And the Ashanti gets votes for MP, because if NDC gets 30% in Ashanti, in any land, the Ashanti region, even.
Well, Mr. Evans, thank you very much for your analysis, and all the best to you. That's Mr. Evans. Ben Evans there is attracted a lot of interest in the home region of Dr. Bawumia, the current vice phone line right now. Ilyasu, you've been interacting at the party's offices in the Northeast region, speaking to Cadbury members. What are they saying about...
What I have been able to deduce from my conversation with the party members, the grassroots, as a test of the diversity of the MPP, the test of the MPP tradition, talking about the Dankwa, Buzia, Dombo, and they believe that it is to drop the vice president will mean a betrayal of the contributions of the Dombo to the formation of the MPP.
Brother, no, we're not even going to do tribal politics. Like Umbaro Juni, you understand? Like everyone is pulling water behind his legs, because that is what we're also seeing. But yes, this is his time, because he has been picked 3 times. Though he has come to the party and met so many people in the party, but we are also seeing that the factual way that he is saying.
I think the majority leaders comment, we've tasted the Buzia. It is now the turn for the Dumbo tradition. The Dumbo represents the northern region. We're presenting the Dankwa Foundation. Now it is the northern turn, which is the Dumbo tradition, to see the light.
What the majority leaders said concerning we long expected, just that even though the vice president has not yet declared his intention.
So views there from the party activists in the Northeast. What do you make of this? 055-1111.